Okay, so we're back, but I see one screen duplicated. I'm not actually sure whose screen this is, but we're seeing it twice. I can't actually tell. Yeah, no, the race is perfectly synced. Look at this pace, dude. Actual tasks. They're completely tied. I believe this is Doka's screen we're looking at. So we get to continue watching his run. Okay, so we're fixing Enhu's screen. There we go. Okay, so we're back now. Yeah, refresh if you don't see it. We got it. Wait, that's pointless. Because then they wouldn't be able to hear me anyway. Never mind, forget I said that. Yeah, both of them in murder. Let's see what their lead is. Enhu entering this cutscene at 27:30. Can look. Doka almost got instant door. He was actually a couple frames away. He was just barely not in the door when he got warped back. That's really close. So I don't think either of them got it on this time. That's okay. Generally, it's not a time save that you expect to get because it's kind of rare for a lot of people to get it. Okay, so Doka is 50 seconds ahead. He has a bigger lead than last time. Hopefully, neither of them screw up too bad from here on out. Because finale was definitely real rough for them last time. Okay, last time on this run, Enhu got an extra yarn. Let's see if he changes his movement. I actually don't know if he realized that he got an extra yarn. Okay, he's getting it again. He doesn't need that yarn. I don't think he's realized that he doesn't need that yarn. But yeah, that is a yarn that we got in the old route that we just switched from. So he's probably gonna end up with an extra yarn reaching the end again. You can see Doka probably will not grab the same yarn. Here's the movement here. Yeah, Doka just skips right past it. That's what it would look like. It would save Enhu a couple seconds, but I don't think he even remembers that he needs to skip it. Bonking right into that dog there. Saving him. And who's going into the AliExpress Rift. So yeah, the lead is pretty far apart on this race, so it's a lead significant enough that something major would have to happen from one of them for it to change, like, significantly. Like a choke, like we saw last time in finale. And I'm not actually sure what kind of pace Enhu is on. But it can still definitely be closer than the last race. And Enhu making it past the first cycle of AliExpress Rift fine. Good movement from him. Now he just jumps up to the top. Oh, okay. He could have fallen in a little gap there and gone all the way down. there is like a little crease in between those two gears. And if he had fallen down and gone in between them, he would have gotten a much bigger time loss than he did, but fortunately only lost a little bit of time there. What choking finale means? Yeah, who am I to talk about choking and finale? Obviously, I would have no idea, right? I've never done that in my life. Especially not in a race, being streamed. That's never happened. So hopefully they both get the platform drop down this time. You can see it again here. Okay, Enhu actually failing it this time around. Last time he hit it, but Doka didn't. We're actually getting a little bit of a flip here. But it is a difficult trick. A very difficult one. Because like I said, the way it works is the platforms start moving once you cross an invisible volume, like an invisible trigger. And once you pass that trigger, then the platforms start moving forward after a couple of seconds. So you have to replicate that movement from that exact trigger the exact same way, or else you won't make it, because it is super precise. The Doka will probably go for it again. Hopefully nails it this time. There we go. Okay, so we got a flip from last time. Doka nailing it, Enhu not. Oh no, okay, he fell down. Please tell me he hit the trigger. He didn't! Oh, that is really bad. I'm so sorry. I commentator cursed him even harder than I thought I did. I already knew I cursed Enhu, but I'm just ruining everything right now. Okay, so when you fall there is a checkpoint trigger that you can hit if you wall jump off of that wall. And he was barely high up. He was barely not high up enough to hit that trigger. He like just almost hit it, but barely fell down. And that right there is like a huge time loss to get. Just don't talk during finale. I'll try my hardest not to say anything. No, I'll just do the opposite. I'll be like, well, yeah, no, Doka's probably just gonna like lose 2 minutes to this, you know? And then it'll be fine, right? And who should be grabbing this comic piece again? Yeah. There's 6 of them. Most of them are hidden, but obviously since we only need one, we get the one that it makes plainly obvious. There's always got to be an obvious comic piece. That way you actually know that they exist as a casual, and it motivates you to go collect them. So fortunately, there's just an easy one that we can get right away. Barely making it in between those Mafia guys. And barely climbing up that wall. What the heck? And who's cutting it close everywhere? Doka, meanwhile, and heating up. On a good pace so far on this first death. Yeah, that's really solid. You do 2 death warps and then 1 soft lock warp or a stuck warp. Nice fall damage there. That can be a little precise to do. There's a lot of spots on the faucet where you can wall climb off of them. And obviously wall climbing cancels fall damage. You want to land right on the center of it so that you can just take the fall damage. That way you can be at 1 health once you jump over here. And then you can just immediately die like you want to.
5,
taking damage optimally is actually one of the, if not the hardest part of heating up, is tactically hurting yourself. And then he's going for the faucet clip here. Got it out of the way pretty easily. Now he just needs to warp, and he's good. So that was a good heating up from him. And who about to do the same. See, this is the one part of the race for them where they're actually really close together. Because Enhu has better loads, but does this level later. So Doka actually has an extra level to do. Just because his endgame timer, as you can see, is 1 minute and 45 seconds behind. And who doing faucet clip as well. The reason he kept climbing up it is the faucet can act really weirdly when you try to clip in it, and generally it'll make you ledge grab it so that you climb out of the kind of soft lock state, or the clip state I mean. But you can prevent it by standing on a certain position whenever you get onto it. So before throwing the potion at it to clip, they kind of neutral ledge grab and land in a specific spot on top of it to just get head kid just right. And then it works, and then you can hit the faucet like you want to and continue. So Doka finishing up Bizarre here. He still has Mafia of Cooks left to do. He has not completed that purple rift like Enhu has. Enhu is around the same pace as his last run, I believe. Or maybe slightly behind it. Yeah, Enhu, I'm not entirely sure, but can maybe 44 if he plays very well until the very end. I believe he's pretty close to it, to 44 pace. Which for this race, that's the goal for each of these runners. Doka still being a decent bit ahead. Getting that comic piece as well. I'm actually interested in seeing what kind of pace Doka is on. Because surely it's pretty good. Yeah, no, Enhu is not PB pace. Enhu's PB finishes mailroom at 37:58, I believe. And he still has mailroom left to do, and he's a little bit behind. His last race, however, finished mailroom at 38.4x something, so he was around 40 seconds off. He's on pace to come close to that again. Because mailroom is pretty short. So he'll be finishing it up pretty quickly. Doka getting a little bit of extra pawns at the end, just having enough. You need 50 to unlock cheating the race. He just got a little extra at the end and got 51. Yeah, I'm interested to see what kind of pace Doka's on, because it's pretty good. Okay, getting the early cycle there. Hopefully doesn't fall again. Let's see if he goes for the jump. No, it looks like he learned his lesson for the day. 38.59 point something, just barely sub 39. So theoretically on 44 pace, with a like really good RNG finale. But he does have a chance to beat his last run. I wonder what time does Doka's PB complete CTR? I'm not actually sure. We'll have to wait until mailroom to see, but Doka's definitely on some kind of good pace right now. Okay, so he's looking like he's gonna get a low 38. No! That's really sad. That's one of the easier parts, but if you just barely miss your dive, then it can screw you over. Okay, that lost a few seconds. That sucks. But it is actually still barely possible for Doka to get a 43. If Doka gets perfect finale RNG, he can get a 43 on this pace. If he didn't fall there and lose a couple of seconds, I actually would not have doubted that 43 was possible. But on this pace, it's looking like insanely close. He would have to actually like community gold by like 4 seconds, which is possible. So Enhu is on full slides right now. Hopefully not bonking here. Don't let me curse it. Don't let me commentators curse again. Don't even give me a chance to, Enhu. Just forget about what I said. I'm not cursing it. I am not cursing it. I'm not. Don't even worry about it. You don't have to worry about me. It's fine. He's good. He is not affected by what I say. Oh, dang. Okay. Doka having a little bit of trouble getting through that hole there. Had to back it up there a little bit. Enhu having a much more solid throne room phase this time. Oh my gosh! Please, Enhu! Oh my god. Are you serious? Please. Oh my gosh. Why? Don't. That was so scary. The timepiece was locked right on him. I thought he was dead. He went for a projectile attack. He tried to end that phase right there by hitting her out of the air, but he missed the potion. I don't think he planned on missing that potion, and then landed right on top of a timepiece. I thought it was gonna hit him. He's fine. Okay, let's check out Doka's slides here. He's got the second wall right now. Okay, he's good. He just needs the hole. This is where he bonked last time. He's good. He made it through this time. Assuming he doesn't mess up the end, he is good. Hey, if he bonks, it's not my fault. I'm not even gonna blame myself on anymore. It's not my fault.
Excuse me.
Okay. They're both through with finale skip, assuming Doka doesn't die. Which I don't expect him to. I wonder if he'll go for punch death again. Oh, he might. No! Doka! Oh my gosh, that's so bad! Oh no, he might have to exit out. Oh my gosh, dude. That is actually horrible. Okay. That all happened because he went for punch death. That's why it's so risky. Generally, you want to wait for her to do that timepiece attack and then hit her with umbrella. But because he wanted to go for punch death, he wanted to hit her out of the attack early by going for a potion. And because that happened, she continued to throw timepieces downwards. while he was setting up for the next attack, and that caused him to land on one. I actually don't know if he would have got punch death if he didn't die there, but I don't think he had the right RNG for it. But because he tried to set it up, it ended up causing his death. I don't know, I think he may have wanted to do it just for the PB. Because he actually, PB was not out of the realm of possibility. And who getting some homing attacks in here. Going for some double hits. I'll miss that one. I think he just didn't charge a brewing potion for long enough. That's okay, because the attack isn't super long. You can just hit her right after. Yeah, he did it again. He charged the brewing potion, but he didn't quite get it out in time. And who finishing up with barely a 45. Not quite as good as the last race, but still most likely securing him the win. 45-51. Another 45 from him. That's sad. Doka was on actual, like, he was on 44, like, 05 pace. He was, like, not far from his PB at all. No, he was 2 seconds ahead of his PB. Okay, so Doka's at 2 health this time.
Excuse me.
That's the safe way. I believe he isn't going for punch death on this one. He just wants to finish up. Because that's what got him killed last time, was going for that little time saver. That's the cutscene that he would have skipped. That's what he was going for. Yeah, now Doka blazing through the first rainbow phase. Generally, the game wants you to hit her with the Mafia Ball for each of these attacks. She teleports away when you get close to her, but on the airborne attacks, because you have the projectile, you can kind of sequence break that part. The game doesn't normally expect you to be able to hit her when she's up in the air like that, but we do it in like most of the phases of the fight. It's an attack that she keeps reusing over and over, so it's kind of convenient that we have that method of getting rid of it. Otherwise, it would be very slow. So you have to wait for her to go all the way back to the ground otherwise. So is this the last hit? No, one more. Alright, now he's done. So that's the cherry phase. He's out of the way with that. Now he's on the final phase of the fight. So just mashing through this cutscene real quick. He's at least guaranteed to finish from this point on. He can't die anymore. So he'll probably get like a high 46 on this one. So hitting that mid-air timepiece attack right there. Getting a double hit. That's really nice for the final phase. Most of her attacks, getting 2 already, that's really good. This should be a good final phase. Whenever she does, that was insane! That was like the fastest final phase I've ever seen. What the heck was that? That was crazy. Doka should be finishing up at the high 46, barely clutching it out in the end there. See, this finale time is really good, 5:12. It was just because of the fact that he had to re-enter it one time. If you take out that time loss of him having to re-enter the level, that would have been a really solid finale. Like a low 44. He lost 2.5 minutes to that. That's how brutal finale is. But yeah, that's it for the races. So yeah, I enjoyed commentating. Thank you everyone for watching, even through the second one. A bit more than I was expecting, but it was definitely fun and worth sticking around for. So thanks for hosting us. I'm glad that we got to show off this game. I would definitely look forward to doing it again. I love commentating and running this game, and it's definitely very good. But afterwards, coming up next, we're going to be giving a Toy Story 2 race coming up right after this. So yeah, thank you all for watching, but that's all for me. So see you guys later.